Hello! So a few days ago, YouTube recommended me a video called Can I Make a Recipe That's Been Translated 20 Times? Where they took a recipe and put it through Google Translate 20 times and then gave it to someone and told them to cook it. And it looked fun, so I was like, hey, I want to do that too. So, well, I didn't have to convince Brendan. I was just like, hey, Brendan, do you want to do this? So I sent him a recipe that I translated only 10 times through Google Translate, and you will find a link to his video somewhere. And then he sent me a recipe that he also translated presumably 10 times, and I'm about to read it and then we'll cook it. We'll be cooking a Kelly Schnitzel. Add chopped mace fruits and 2 centimeters of twine. Mix well and mix well. Leave the sausage for another minute and then mix half a teaspoon of light curry powder with a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. In the meantime, take blocks of 280 to 300 gram each. Each piece cut in half is carefully cut into triangles. Blocks of what? In a large bowl, mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of water, and a few tablespoons of greens. Soak a piece of tofu in flour. Oh, blocks of tofu, I see. If you haven't pressed enough, thicken the translation mix and try again. Danger! Once the carrots and the curry paste have cooled, use a piece of wood or a blender to beat the mixture. Try to stay warm. It's okay, I'm staying warm. Add 2 tablespoons of canola or vegetable oil to the sherpa, a pan, and lime and a handful. Okay, what do I need? Onions and carrots, chopped mace fruits, and 2 centimeters of twine. What? What? Mace fruits. Tomatoes? I mean, tomatoes are fruits, I think. But you use them in like savory dishes. So let's just say that tomatoes. 2 centimeters of twine. Ginger? That's something you measure in centimeters, right? Let's say ginger. Or is it garlic? Mace fruit, garlic? Could be garlic. Leave the sausages for another minute. Where do sausages come from? 200 milliliters coconut milk, I presume. Tofu. That's generally a thing that supermarkets do have, but they have shit tofu. This recipe is already going to be bad because I don't have proper tofu. So, oh, so it wants breadcrumbs. I do still have breadcrumbs. I'm not going to buy more breadcrumbs because I never use them. So, the ones I have are already like 5 years old. I'm sure it's fine. A few tablespoons of greens. So I'm making a sort of like batter to coat the tofu. What kind of thing could I add to that I'd need a few tablespoons, like as much or more as the water? I mean, I guess I could add like random herbs. Let's just add random herbs. I do have some random herbs, so let's just use those. Lime juice. I have citric acid, that'll do, right? I don't know. Should I get a lime? Maybe I'll get a lime if I can be asked. Cucumber, mint, coriander. Okay, let's do this. I mean, I guess I'm making fried tofu with a vegetable sauce, curry sauce, and then rice. I can do that. Okay, let's go get get groceries and then I'll see you in a bit. Okay, step 1, prepare the curry first. Put 1 tablespoon of vegetables or vegetable oil in a pan, allow to cool, and pour onions and chopped carrots for about 8 minutes until they have thickened. It doesn't say how much of the carrots or onions, so I think I'm just gonna go with 1 onion and, I don't know, 2 carrots. Okay, vegetable or vegetable oil. Fry that for 8 minutes, I think it said, until it thickens, which, okay, makes no sense, but okay. Presume allow to cool means to heat up. Chopped mace fruit. So, I did a think again, and I thought I remembered that mace is actually a spice itself. I looked it up, and it is, and it's the same plant as nutmeg. And I think mace is the petal or blossom of nutmeg, and nutmeg is the fruit of mace. So chopped mace fruit is probably like grated nutmeg. At least that's what I'm using. And 2 centimeters of twine. Mix well and mix well. Leave the sausages for another minute and then mix half a teaspoon of light curry powder with a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder. So 2 centimeters of twine. So that's 2 centimeters of ginger, I presume. Ish. Add twine. And nutmeg, it doesn't say how much. So not a lot. I think nutmeg in general is quite strong. So maybe it was also supposed to be chili, like fresh chili, which would make sense seeing it's being added with the fresh ginger instead of the other spices. Because like mace fruit, like it's spicy, like mace pepper spray, chili pepper. I don't know, but we went with nutmeg. No, actually no, let's add some chili as well, just in case, so we have it both. I mean, I think both would work well. Maybe chili would work even better with this one. But it's fine. I'm sure it'll be good. Leave the sausages for another minute, and then mix half a teaspoon of light curry powder with a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder. Oops, that was a bit more than a quarter teaspoon, but it's okay. I'm sure it's fine. I presume the light curry powder means mild, which is probably what I have anyway, so half a teaspoon of that. When the fruit is hot, add 200 milliliters of coconut, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and 100 milliliters of water. Covering the seasoning tightly, soak it on low heat for 20 minutes and add water if it's too thick. Okay, so let's start with the coconut. This is 2 milliliters, right? 200. Okay, it already smells nice, so 100 milliliters of water. And I think 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. 1, 2. So 20 minutes. It's now 40, so that should be done at 7. In the meantime, take blocks mystery blocks of 280 to 300 grams each. Each piece cut in half is carefully cut into triangles. Okay, so does it want me to cut this in half like this or like this? Do we want thick steaks, as in called steaks? Schnitzel. So we're making schnitzel, so I'm thinking probably like this. Because I think schnitzel are usually like flatter. I don't know. We're not making steaks, so okay. Triangle. Right, good. Okay, in a large bowl, mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of water, and a few tablespoons of greens. Put 200 grams of dry bread in another bowl. What sort of greens are we using? Tablespoon of starch. So 3 tablespoons of water. 1, 2, 3. This is way too liquid. What was that, teaspoons? Was that teaspoons? Did I do it wrong? No, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of water, and a few tablespoons of greens. Step 6. Soak a piece of tofu in flour, add breadcrumbs, and stir until smooth. If you haven't pressed enough, thicken the translation mix and try again. Danger. It doesn't mention this starch mixture ever again. So I'm presuming that instead of soaking the tofu in flour, I just have to dip it in this and then in the breadcrumbs, but this is still too liquid to work as a batter for like sticking to tofu. I'm also going to guess that it actually wants me to press the tofu, but it's already the like very hard kind, so I'm not going to press that anymore. Okay, so I think I'm just going to add more water, more flour to this until it becomes like an actual batter. And instead of starch, I'm going to use flour, which maybe that's what it would have wanted me to do anyway, and that was just a weird translation. Okay, this is better. I think this will work. This is 2 tablespoons of flour into 3 tablespoons of water and 1 tablespoon of starch. So, and now we still need a few tablespoons of greens. Thyme is always good, right? Thyme is good. I don't think I'll be adding a few tablespoons in total. Chives and parsley. Parsley is good, right? Does lovage work with schnitzel? Yeah, that works. Okay, this is the weirdest schnitzel batter I've ever made, but yeah, this will be good. I'm sure this will be good. And then some breadcrumbs. Right, now, does this stick? Danger. Yeah, this sticks very well. Lovely. Okay. Oh, actually, I would have needed a second plate. Okay, once the carrots and the curry paste have cooled, use a piece of wood or a blender to beat the mixture. If the sauce is too thick, add a small amount of water. I don't think I'm going to wait for the carrots to cool, so I think once they're done cooking, we will blend this. Okay. Oh, I see. And then once we blend that, we can add season and add salt, maple syrup or lime juice as needed. Try to stay warm. Right, okay, so we'll wait for this to cook. And then we can cook 200 grams of rice. And then step 10, add 2 tablespoons of canola or vegetable oil to the sherpa pan, presumably. And fry the tofu until it becomes golden hot for 4 to 5 minutes. And then serve rice, put in a bowl, pour vegetable sauce, remove tofu. Oh, 1/4 large cucumber cut into strips, 1 carrot cut into strips, mint or coriander leaves and lime and a handful. Let's call this done. Okay, that's blended, and now we're supposed to season this. I think it called for salt as a seasoning, so let's just put in some salt because I'm sure that'll be needed. Coriander, I don't know how much, so okay, what else is it called for? Salt, maple syrup or lime juice. Oh, it didn't even say. Oh, whoops. It didn't even... Where did it say coriander? It said coriander somewhere. Well, it said coriander leaves in the very end, so it's fine. Lime juice. How much? I don't know. It is definitely very sweet. I feel like it needs more salt and more lime juice. Just because it just tastes sweet and like nothing else. It's still mainly just sweet. I'm kind of thinking about maybe it was maple syrup that we were supposed to add. Something else that isn't so sweet. I'm just adding more curry. Just so that it'll have some flavour, maybe some chili, you know. Sweet and spicy works well, right? I mean, maybe it is supposed to be really sweet, but like, I don't know, this is dessert. We'll just call this done, keep this warm. And then, rice. It doesn't actually tell me how to cook the rice. Oh, and also we need to cut cucumber and carrots into strips. And then we need mint or coriander leaves and lime and a handful. 1/4 of a large cucumber. Is it cut into strips or cut into slices? I do wonder. Maybe strips means slices. It's okay. We'll have strips now. Let's fry the tofu. 4 to 5 minutes. Who knows? One side, both sides. Okay. This is gold on one side. I didn't actually look at the time, so I have no clue. But I'm pretty sure this was more than 2 minutes, so I guess it's 4 to 5 minutes each side. Okay, everything's done. We can plate up. Right, rice. Then the sauce. Tofu. Garnish with the strips of cut vegetables, lime, cubes. They're already in the sauce, but I don't know. Look, it looks nice, doesn't it? Now I only have frozen mint, but I'm sure it's fine. You know, it'll thaw. Well, it looks nice. Let's see if it'll also taste nice, I guess. Okay, let's first try just some rice with sauce. Yeah, it's nice. It's still very sweet, but maybe that's intentional. Try the schnitzel. Presuming this is actually a schnitzel, like, it could be a translation thing, but I guess, I mean, it's breaded, so I guess it's a schnitzel. It's okay. I mean, it is unseasoned plain tofu, and it's not the good tofu, so that's well, that's the fault of my supermarket for not having good tofu. The bread crust doesn't really add much. It doesn't have any salt in it. It's not disgusting or anything, it's just like, I mean, it's food, it's edible. Let's try some cucumber with sauce. I don't know, with everything, like with all of this, most of what I'm tasting is like, oh, it's really sweet. I mean, it's not terribly sweet. I mean, I like it's a really nice sauce, and it works nice with the rice and with the schnitzel and the cucumber as well. So looking forward to finding out what I did wrong and what the original recipe was.
Let me go and use a proper computer to send you the original recipe of the one you did.
Oh, katsu curry. Okay. Oh, it was garlic. Okay.
Is garlic what you added?
No, my second guess was garlic. And what I actually added was nutmeg, because mace and nutmeg are of the same plant. So
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, when I was seeing mace, I was thinking more about the shape. I guess it's like the head of a mace, and the weapon mace could look like an entire lump of garlic.
right, yeah, I was also thinking maybe it was chili, because like mace is pepper spray and chili pepper. So
Maybe, yeah. But I did purposely go for a mild one because I know you're not super into spicy.
well, I did end up adding chili, so
Okay then. It's just like a spicier one was on my final 3 list of possibilities to give you.
right. I mean, I do have chili. It's just mild chili. So
Yeah.
1 chopped onion and 1 chopped carrot. Okay, it completely omitted the measurements, so I added 2 carrots.
I mean, yeah, that's probably not too bad.
Add 200 milliliters coconut milk, 2 teaspoon maple syrup, and 100 milliliters of water. So it did say teaspoon in my recipe. For some reason I read tablespoon.
Oh dear.
So I made dessert.
I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be a fairly sweet curry, but yeah, that sounds like you may have gone a little overboard.
Slice the tofu in half through the center. What does that mean, through the center? Like this?
I think
this?
it means horizontally.
I don't know.
But I only know that because you can guess from the size. Because the recipe I was basing it on had pictures.
Right.
It talked about a sausage, like on stage 3 or something, didn't it? And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's referring to the carrots at that point.
Okay.
I don't know. There was never supposed to be any sausage at all.
In a wide bowl, mix 1 tablespoon corn flour with 2 tablespoons water and some seasoning until combined. So that was correct. That makes no sense. It's super thin. I don't see that working,
Yeah,
but
did
okay.
it not stick? Did it not stick well?
I didn't even try because it was basically just water, so I added 2 tablespoons of flour and then it was thick and it worked. Where did it get the greens from?
think that's
Oh, and
where I
some
add some
seasoning.
spices, yeah, or a seasoning, yeah.
What seasoning?
I don't know.
That's just as good as greens. I mean, it's a bit better than greens. I would have added salt and pepper in that case, probably. When the carrot in the curry sauce is soft, blitz using a stick or tabletop blender. Oh,
It's when you
okay.
beat it with wood.
I mean, I guess you could mush it. Like, if you don't have a blender, just mush it. Like,
Yeah,
if they're cooked soft, that works.
but it's just a stick blender.
Cook 200 grams of rice. It doesn't tell me how, though. I was completely
Yeah, I
lost.
mean, to be honest, that's a line that I added because originally
Right.
it didn't mention that at all. It's just that the
Right.
ingredient at the top is 200 grams cooked rice, and then
Okay.
later at the end it says serve with rice. That's all it said originally. So I
Right.
when I was trying to merge that into the method, I figured we ought to cook the rice at some point.
I mean, presumably you might have some leftover rice, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
possibly.
I mean, I don't know. That's like served with bread. The It doesn't usually tell you that you need to bake bread or buy bread. It's just like, serve with bread.
Yeah.
Cook the tofu for 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Okay,
Did
that
you
makes
not do that?
sense. No, I did do that, but the recipe
Right.
didn't tell me that.
Oh,
So,
okay, right.
quarter large cucumber peeled into ribbons. Oh, ribbons. Okay, so I got that almost right.
Yeah, though there was some in some of my attempts to translate that one. That one kept coming up with some really weird ones. Somehow the lime wedges in one of my attempts turned into peanuts,
Okay.
and I figured that one would be a bit too confusing.
I mean, peanuts and curry works, so probably would have just added some peanuts. Most of what I did wrong was just me, like, not even reading the recipe I had.
Right. You just bought some ingredients and then made something up best you could.
I mean, no, I did try and follow the recipe. I just, didn't feed it carefully enough.
Is it a thing you would make again properly?
Um, no.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not bad. Like, if I were to like have it somewhere, I wouldn't say no. Um,
But
I
not
guess
worth
it's
the
just
effort at home.
yeah. I very rarely make things that are battered because it's just so much work. So, um, and when I do have nice tofu, I usually just have it somewhat plain because I like tofu. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I do still have half a can of coconut milk and some carrots, so I might basically do that sauce again, but throw in some lentils and like have a curry flavored lentil stew. Outro, go and check out Brenda's video, link in the description. Bye.
Bye.